The shocking return of Roman Reigns, the reunion of Jey Uso, and the reckoning of Paul Heyman. Welcome back to Wrestling News CC, where we bring you the most explosive moments from the WWE Universe, analyzed and unpacked for die-hard fans just like you. Today's episode is one you will remember forever, a night where history was made, where loyalties were tested, and where the very foundation of WWE was shaken to its core. Roman Reigns, the tribal chief, the head of the table, has returned. But this wasn't just any return. No, this was a full-scale declaration of war that tore through SmackDown like a thunderstorm. And what followed was nothing short of a reckoning. But before we get into the brutal details, let's rewind and set the stage for this unforgettable night. The atmosphere before the storm. From the moment fans entered the arena on that fateful night, something felt different. The lights flickered ominously, the energy was thick with anticipation, and whispers traveled through the crowd like wildfire. Something big was coming. Something raw. Something real. As the show progressed, the tension only built. The flickering lights weren't a mere technical glitch, they were a prelude, a visual metaphor for the chaos that had been brewing beneath the surface of the Bloodline saga for over a year. The crowd was on edge, waiting for the moment the silence would be broken. The moment the lights went out. Then, suddenly, the arena plunged into darkness. A hush fell over the crowd. The big screens flickered with static as a distorted version of the Bloodline theme echoed through the speakers. It was heavier, darker, and more chaotic than ever before, warped by the betrayals, the heartbreak, and the battles of the past year. When the lights came back, the WWE Universe was stunned. There stood Roman Reigns. No flashy entrance. No triumphant smile. Just raw, unfiltered intensity, a man who had returned to reclaim his kingdom and settle old scores. The unthinkable reunion, Jey Uso returns. And then, out of nowhere, the unmistakable music of Jey Uso hit the arena. The crowd erupted. Main event Jey Uso appeared, walking straight to the ring with purpose. There was no hesitation, no visible bitterness, just a determined stride toward his brother. After months of bitter rivalry, brutal betrayals, and being on opposite sides of every conflict imaginable, the unthinkable had happened. Roman and Jey, brothers torn apart by betrayal, had reunited. Was it forgiveness? Maybe not completely. But it was unity for something greater than themselves. A brotherhood reforged in the flames of vengeance. The target, Paul Heyman. As the brothers stood side by side, their eyes locked on one man, Paul Heyman. The man who once called himself their wise man, their advocate, and their strategist. Heyman, visibly nervous, clutched his suit jacket ringside, trying to keep his composure as he realized his time was running out. For months, Heyman had been playing his manipulative games, bending the Bloodline to his will. When Roman disappeared, Heyman thought he could keep control, but now the reckoning had arrived. The brutal assault, a statement made in blood. Without warning, Roman and Jey unleashed a savage and emotionally charged assault on Heyman, one of the most brutal WWE has ever witnessed. Each strike was loaded with years of betrayal, mistrust, and pent-up rage. The arena was filled with gasps and stunned silence as the Bloodline's patriarch and his brother tore into Heyman, laying bare the fractures in their family and the fury that had been simmering just beneath the surface. This was no ordinary attack, this was a message, a declaration, and a cleansing fire burning through the corrupt core of the Bloodline. What does this mean for the future of the Bloodline? This reunion signals a new era. The Bloodline, as we knew it, is evolving. The fractured family members are coming together, but with a new, darker purpose. They're no longer just fighting for control, they're fighting for redemption, revenge, and survival. Paul Heyman's fall from grace may just be the beginning. Roman and Jey's united front could reshape WWE's landscape for years to come. Fan reactions and the WWE Universe explodes. Social media blew up immediately after this historic moment. Fans expressed disbelief, excitement, and anticipation. Could the bloodline be stronger than ever? Would Jey and Roman finally find peace? And most importantly, what will become of Paul Heyman? This is the kind of storyline that makes WWE more than just wrestling. It's storytelling at its finest. What's next? Predictions and possible scenarios. A new alliance between Roman and Jey leading to a renewed dominance in the tag and singles divisions. Paul Heyman plotting his comeback, potentially allying with new faces. The bloodline taking on challengers who will want to capitalize on their internal drama. Emotional promos, backstage confrontations, and high-stakes matches that will captivate fans for months. The backstory: how did we get here? To truly appreciate the gravity of Roman Reigns and Jey Uso's reunion, we have to rewind months, even years, to understand the painful path they've traveled. Roman Reigns, crowned the tribal chief, has ruled the WWE landscape with an iron fist, commanding respect and fear. But even the strongest leaders face cracks in their empire. Jey Uso, once Roman's trusted lieutenant and closest ally, became a victim of their family's internal turmoil. Their bond was tested when Jey began to question Roman's motives and the path he was leading the bloodline down. The tension culminated in brutal clashes, backstage confrontations, and public betrayals that left fans questioning whether the Uso brothers would ever reconcile. The fallout of Paul Heyman's manipulations. Paul Heyman, the man behind many of Roman's greatest triumphs, had also been a master manipulator. Playing all sides, sowing seeds of distrust between the bloodline members, Heyman's agenda wasn't always clear, even to those closest to him. His role as the wise man gave him power, but that power came at a cost. Roman and Jey's assault on him wasn't just physical, it was symbolic. A rejection of the lies and deceit that Heyman represented. The fans react, social media explodes. Immediately after the attack, WWE fans flooded Twitter, Reddit, and other platforms, expressing shock and excitement. One fan wrote, "I never thought I'd see Roman and Jey together again. This is the stuff of legends." Another commented, "Paul Heyman getting destroyed. Finally, the bloodline is cleaning house." This moment transcended typical wrestling storylines, it connected emotionally with the audience, reminding them why they love this business. The future: what's next for Roman, Jey, and Heyman? The reunion opens countless doors. Roman Reigns, will he continue his ruthless reign, or will this family moment soften him? Jey Uso, can he fully trust Roman again, or is this alliance fragile? Paul Heyman, how will he respond to the betrayal? Revenge? Redemption? New alliances? Potential matches and storylines to watch. Roman and Jey versus top WWE stars to assert their dominance. Paul Heyman possibly aligning with a new or returning WWE superstar. Emotional promos highlighting family struggles and the price of power. This night was more than just a wrestling event. It was a storytelling masterpiece, a saga of family, betrayal, and redemption that will shape WWE for years. The WWE Universe witnessed a moment that will be etched in history. Roman Reigns and Jey Uso standing united, laying waste to Paul Heyman. It was raw, emotional, and utterly unforgettable. Thank you for watching Wrestling News CC. Be sure to hit that like button, subscribe, and ring the notification bell for all the latest WWE updates. Let us know in the comments your thoughts on this shocking reunion and what you think lies ahead for the bloodline. Until next time, keep the wrestling passion alive.